Our today's topic is constructor in C++. Okay. A constructor is a special member function which is used to initialize data members. Okay. It is known as constructor because it constructs object. Okay. It initializes an object automatically when it is created. Okay. We need not to call constructor. Constructor is automatically called when object of that class creates. Okay. Constructor is known as special function because constructor name is same as that of class name. Constructor don't have a return type, and the constructor is automatically called when an object is created, and we need to write constructor, define or declare constructor in public section. Okay, we'll see example. Here we use class name as a ABC. Okay, access specifier I used here public. Okay, we declare two variables here, a and b. Okay, this is constructor, or you can say one function. Okay, this is a special member function because this function name is same as that of class name. Okay, so we consider this function as a constructor. Okay, and here we initialize a and b variable to 0. Okay, inside this constructor, this class ABC is having one more function, that is void get data. Okay, this ABC is also one function and this get data is also one function. Okay, so difference between these two function. Okay, this function name is same as that of class name. Okay, this function name is different. It can be any valid identifier. Okay, there is no return type for constructor. Okay, but we need to write a return type for normal function. Okay, so here we define one constructor, one member function. Now in main function, we create OB, that is object of class ABC. Okay, and then we call this get data function. So to call this get data function, we need this object. Then by using dot operator, we call this get data function. But when we create object of this class, then it automatically calls this constructor. Okay? It means that when we create this object OB, it calls this constructor. In this constructor, this variable A and B initialized to 0. Then on next line, when we call this get data function, this function get executed. Okay, here we need to enter value for A and B variable. One more example. Here I used class name as a test. Uh, Here again to declare two variables A, B. This is one constructor. Function name same as that of class name. Okay. Difference between these two constructor. Here this constructor is without any argument and this constructor is with one argument, and we assign value of this local variable x to class variable A. And here I define one more function, that is compute function. In compute function, I compute square of A variable and result gets stored inside B variable. Now in a main function, I create OB, that is object of class test. Okay, because here this constructor is having one parameter. So when we create object, okay, we need to pass one integer argument here. Okay, then we call this uh, function. Here I need to call, instead of this, I need to call compute function here. Compute function. When we create this OB object, we pass value 5 that get assigned to variable x. Then this constructor get executed. Inside this constructor, we assign value of x variable to variable A. It means after when we create this line get executed here, for this object OB, value of variable A is equals to 5. Then we call this compute function by using object OB. So value of a variable for object OB is 5. So 5 into 5, result is 25, gets stored inside B variable. Okay. So this is constructor. Okay, one more example. Here I use class name as a test. This is with a constructor without any argument. Here I display one single line in get, and then I define one more function, that is get data function. Inside get data function, I display one statement, that is inside get data function. Then in main function, I create obj, that is object of class test. When we create object, then it automatically calls the constructor, that is this test function, or we can say this is the constructor. When we create object, it execute this line, that is inside constructor. Then when we call this get data function, it calls this function, and here it display this line, that is inside get data function. Okay, if you see the difference between this function and this function is that when we create object of the class, then it automatically calls the constructor. It means when we create this obj object, it automatically calls this constructor. But to call any member function, we need object, then dot operator to call that function. Then there in C++, there are three types of constructor: default constructor, parameterized constructor, and copy constructor. So we'll see these constructors one by one. So let's start with default constructor. Default constructor is the constructor without any argument. Okay, here we'll see one example. Class name is test. As constructor, as we know, constructor is a function whose name is same as that of class name, and there is no return type. It means here this test is a constructor. Okay, here in this round bracket there is no argument. It means this is default constructor, that is default constructor without any argument. Inside this, I display this line inside constructor. Then in get data function, I display this line. Okay, so when we create object, then it automatically calls a default constructor. The next type of constructor is parameterized constructor. So parameterized constructor means constructor with arguments. Okay, here one example. Class name is test. So in this class, I have two constructor, one default constructor and second one, that is parameterized constructor. If you see, this is the constructor without any argument. It means this is default constructor. This constructor is with one argument, and the type of argument is integer here. And this is parameterized constructor. So when we create object of this class, if we create obj object like this, okay, it means it calls this default constructor. And here for this object obj, value of variable x is initialized to 5. And then we create next object, that is t1 with one argument 10. So for creation of this object t1, it calls this parameterized constructor. This value 10 is copied into variable a. Then we assign value of this variable a to variable x. Okay, it means for object obj, value of x variable is 5, and for object t1, value of x variable is 10. This is parameterized constructor. Okay, we'll see execution of this. Okay, here I define one class, that is class name test. Here I declare three variable a, b, c. I used here this default constructor, that is constructor without any argument. Inside this constructor, I initialize variable a to 5, variable b to 10. Okay. In the same class test, I define one more function, that is get data function. In get data function, I entered value of a and b variable from user. Then in a display function, I perform addition of a and b variable. Result gets stored inside c variable. And by using this statement, I display addition of these two numbers. Okay. So we can create multiple object of same class. So here I create ob1 and ob2 object of class test. Okay. It means when we create this object, it automatically calls the constructor, and inside this constructor we initialize a variable to 5 and b variable to 10. Okay, it means for object ob1 and ob2, value of a variable is 5 and value of b variable is 10. Okay, so when we call this display function, here in display function, it perform addition of a and b. Okay, here we call this display function by using object 1, ob1. And for OB1, value of A variable is 5 and value of B variable is 10. So it perform addition, that is 5 plus 10. Result gets stored inside C variable and it display addition is equals to 15. Now, uh, now we create this object OB2. At the same time, value of A and B variable is 5 and 10 for object 2. Okay, OB2. But now here we call get data function by using OB2. So here we entered value of A and B variable, that is get overridden here. Okay, and then now we'll say execution. So for OB1 dot display for line number 27, it display addition is equals to 15. Then we call OB2 dot get data. Initially, value for A and B variable for object OB2 is 5 and 10. Okay, but when we call get data function, we need to enter value of A and B variable. So value of A variable, that is 5, get overridden by suppose value 10, and value of B variable, previous value is 10, which get overridden by value 20 suppose. Then we call display function by using object OB2. So it display addition is equals to 30. Okay, because entered value of A and B, value of A 10, value of B 20. So it display addition is equals to 30. Okay, now this is the example of default constructor. Now we consider one parameterized constructor. Here I write one constructor with two parameters, int x comma int y. Then I assign value of variable x to variable a and value of variable y to variable b. Okay, so now I need to create one more object here. Test, I create object 3. Okay, now I need to call this parameterized constructor. It means when we create object of this class, we need to pass value for that parameters. Okay, for that suppose I pass value 2 comma 3. Here instead of directly passing value, we can enter value in two variables and we can pass that variable for while creating this object OB3. Okay, it means when we create this object OB3, it calls this parameterized constructor. We pass value 2 comma 3. It means value 2 is assigned to variable x, value 3 is assigned to variable y. Then inside this constructor, we assign value of x variable to variable a and value of y variable to variable b. Okay, now here I call this display function OB3 dot display. Execute this program. So initially, when we call on line number 32, we call display function by using OB1. So it display 5 plus 10, that is 15. Now we call display function by using, we call get data function by using OB2. So we need to enter value for A and B variable. Suppose I entered 7 and 8. Then I call display function. So it displays 7 plus 8. So it displays 7 plus 8, that is 15. Okay, then I create object 3 with value 2 comma 3. It means for object 3, value of a variable is 2, value of b variable is 3. When I call this display function, it perform 2 plus 3, that is c is equals to 5. So it display addition is equals to 5. Okay, it means this class variable, which is also known as instance variable. It means each object is having its own copy of this instance variable. There is a separate copy of ABC variable for OB1 object, OB2 object, and OB3 object. Now we'll start with our next point. So third type of constructor is copy constructor. So copy constructor is a constructor which is used to create a copy of an already existing object of a class type. Syntax for copy constructor is class name, or you can say function name, same as that of class name. Then inside bracket, we need to pass reference or object of this class. Okay. So, and this is body of copy constructor. Okay, as we know, here we use a reference. If you know reference variable is a alternative name for the existing variable. Okay, here we use copy constructor. It means we create copy of existing object. Okay, we'll see one example. So I used here class test. This is parameterized constructor. Okay. With one parameter, and I assign value of x1, that is local variable, to class variable x. Then this is our copy constructor. Class name, that is same as that same function name, same as that of class name, that is test. Okay, with one argument, that is here I create object t2 of this class test. Okay, that is a reference object. Okay, and I assign value of x variable of this t2 object to x variable. Okay, then in get I define one get x function which return value of this x variable. Okay, now here you can see when we create t1 object, I passed here value 7. Okay, means for this line it calls this parameterized constructor. This 7 value get copied inside x1 variable, and when it execute this constructor, value of x1, that is 7, is assigned to x variable. Then we create test t2 equals to t1. It means this statement calls this copy constructor. It means this t2 is copy of t1. So for when we create this t1 object, then for t1 object, value of x variable is 7. So when we create copy of this existing object t1, that is t2 is the copy of existing object t1. So value of x variable which is assigned in a t1 object, that get copied for x variable in t2 object. That is the meaning of this copy constructor. So when we create this t1 object, value 7 is assigned to x variable. So when we create this t2 object as a copy of t1 object, so same value, that is 7 value of x variable which is in t1, get copied to x variable which is of t2 object. Okay, so it assigned with the value 7. So when we display this x variable of t1 object and x variable of t2 object, so it display output, that is 7 7. I need to do one correction here. This is object t2, so t2 dot x. So it displays same value, and output for this program is 7 7. So this is all about constructor.